Have you ever tried to keep something all to yourself, only to discover you didn't really own it at all? Long ago, before books, before schools, before teachers, all the wisdom in the world belonged to just one creature, and that creature was a spider. Not an ordinary spider, Anansi. And this is the story of how he tried to steal wisdom and accidentally gave it to everyone. Anansi was clever. Clever with words, clever with tricks. Clever enough to make the lion doubt himself and the tortoise question its patience. But cleverness was not enough for Anansi. He didn't just want to be smart, he wanted to be the smartest. So one day he climbed a thread of silk up into the sky to visit the great sky god, Nyame. And he asked for something very dangerous. All the wisdom in the world. Nyame looked at him carefully. Wisdom is heavy, the sky god warned. Are you sure you can carry it? Anansi smiled. Oh, I can carry anything. Nyame handed him a glowing clay pot. Inside it was every lesson, every secret, every idea the world had ever known. And Anansi's eyes gleamed. Back on Earth, Anansi laughed. All of it is mine, he whispered. No more sharing. No more learning from others. He would be above everyone. But there was a problem. If others discovered the pot, they might become wise too. So Anansi decided to hide it at the top of the tallest tree in the forest. He tied the pot tightly to his belly, and he began to climb. But the pot knocked against the trunk, again, and again, and again. Each time he tried, the pot stopped him. He grew frustrated. How can I hold all the wisdom in the world, he grumbled, and not climb one simple tree? That's when a small child passing by stopped and watched. The child saw Anansi struggle, saw him slide, saw him argue with the tree. Finally, the child spoke. Anansi, why don't you tie the pot on your back instead? Silence. Anansi froze. On his back? He untied the pot, moved it behind him, and climbed again. This time, he reached the top easily. And in that moment, sitting high in the tree, Anansi realized something shocking. He had gathered all the wisdom in the world, and yet a child had still taught him something. Anansi stared at the pot. If he truly possessed all wisdom, how could he still be taught? If wisdom could exist outside his control, then he did not own it at all. Anger rose in his chest. If I cannot be wiser than everyone, he shouted, then no one will have it. And in his pride, Anansi threw the pot down from the tree. It shattered. And something extraordinary happened. The wisdom did not disappear. It scattered. Into the wind. Into the trees. Into the rivers. Into the animals. Into the people. Into children. Into you. Into me. From that day forward, wisdom no longer lived in one pot. It lived everywhere. In elders who share stories. In children who ask questions. In friends who give advice. And even in mistakes. As for Anansi, he remained clever, but he learned something far greater than cleverness. Wisdom cannot be trapped. It grows only when shared. And that is why stories are told aloud. That is why knowledge is passed from generation to generation, because wisdom belongs to everyone. If you enjoyed this African folktale, subscribe for more stories from across the continent. And remember, sometimes the smallest voice can teach the greatest lesson.